Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we're taking a look at Sins. He's kind of our resident carrier player. Definitely likes carriers more than everyone, except probably Stork, which is kind of funny because we didn't see that many carriers from Stork recently when we did a deep dive, but trust me, he goes carriers more than pretty much everyone. But yeah, Sins goes carriers a lot. We're here on Dominator, and he's going up against Light. Obviously you guys know how I feel about Light. He is a godly macro Terran, some of the best mechanics in the game. Mechanically, he might actually be the best player in the game. Just the way that he macros out everything. He's just so on top of that. But yeah, love watching Light games and very interested in Sins' style. And Sins has been really, really active lately. I don't know, maybe his ban is coming up and he's getting ready for the next ASL or something like that. I don't believe he got a lifetime ban. So, yeah, I would love to see him back in. That would be fantastic. So, let's see how this one goes. Dominator, a fun map, and I think has given us very, very good games overall. Little forward gateway here, pretty common placement. And while we wait for him to make those zealots and start attacking Light, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to ArtosisCasts. I get to meet a lot of people who like to watch daily, so thank you to everyone who came up and spoke to me at the Philadelphia LAN. It was a great time. And thank you guys for watching. It warms my heart that so many people like to tune in daily and just watch some great StarCraft. And, every now and then a bad StarCraft game in there, too. It's important. It's important. It's like the salt in the recipe or something. Okay. Yeah, it makes the flavor come out of the good games, right? That's exactly what it is. It's the salt of the recipe. Bam. Too much would make it really gross, but just a little bit, perfect. Now, the probe obviously harassing a little bit, Light losing some mining time. Notice that Light hasn't set out a scout yet. This is extremely late to not have a scout out on the map as Terran. But when the probe gets there, in my opinion, this is the right way to play. And I think a lot of pros think that this is the right way to play as well. Because if you send an SCV out, first off, you don't know if you'll find them right away, but you're going to lose a lot of income. Look, he's still got his factory right around 230, despite the probe being in there. So instead of scouting, you utilize that scouting SCV to chase the probe around so you don't lose mining time, so you still hit your build order. And the thing is, in a situation like this, probably you should go third depot just to make sure that you're safe, because he has no intel right now, 0. Third depot would probably be best because when it comes that quickly, almost certainly there's going to be at least a zealot follow-up coming. The only case in which that would be really weak is if it's just rangeless expand. Third depot versus rangeless expand, you might have to go all in at that point. But yeah. Anyways, the zealot comes down. Just looking back at his base real quick. Okay, he has cybernetics core. Everything looking pretty normal. He's getting ready to make a nexus as well. Light blocking this off. There's his third depot there. Vulture on the way. And, as the Vulture pops out, Light will pretty easily be able to come up and take the high ground. I think he should make a 5th Marine, but we'll see how he handles this. He's bringing 2 SCVs to block. You have to go up just right. Don't forget, if they take the engage right, you're going to be missing some shots because not everything's going to be on the high ground. Already has taken 3 shots on these SCVs. All right, good targeting there. Good micro here from Light. Yeah, really focusing down that Dragoon as opposed to the Zealot. That's interesting. I feel like most players will target the Zealot. And what happens is Protoss pulls the Zealot back then. But targeting the Goon is the consistent damage that you have. The Zealot can always be out micro. The Goon, not necessarily. So he's getting that bunker up. That was really, really clean. That was a very clean hold. Now looking back here. Oh! The Nexus actually was a little bit late. Light got his command center started. The probe was actually up there waiting for a bit, so I don't know, maybe he was just busy microing. But it seems like Sins was just slightly late on that. So, yeah, I would say after looking at these openers, pretty good for Light. And he has a Vulture out there, but it is very low. It's 2 Dragoon hits away from death. So, he really needs to try to juke and jive and get this around. It's really kind of important to have a Vulture out here. Yeah, and it looks like Sins stopped chasing it. When you have the Vulture out, it actually does so much for you. It makes it really dangerous to pressure up here. It allows you to scout for bases, to delay bases, to maybe stop DTs, to stop aggression. it's one of these unbelievable techniques that have emerged. Like, this didn't exist back in the Kespa days. This is like since Remaster came out, basically, this became a very popular build. And I mean, maybe it was being played with on Fish server a little bit. I honestly don't know. I was not following Brood War for those few years in between Star 2 and Remaster coming out in 2017. But yeah, this is like, I remember when I was shown Vulture Expand, because I'm pretty sure that's when it started to become popular, because Scan showed it to me, because we already were using like Marine Bunker Expands, which was even new to that time somewhat. But like, it's one of, actually I was talking to Gypsy, kills that one, and he mentioned that he thinks that the hardest build to explain to someone is a Vulture Expand. Like one factory expansion with the Vulture out there. It kind of makes sense, right? Because it does all these invisible things that are just understood. Where, like, if you play someone that just doesn't know, they're just going to be, like, running into mines. They're not going to understand that they can't expand yet. There's stuff blocking the expansion, stuff like that. Okay, anyways, I went too deep on that. My bad. Speed is on the way. eBay coming up. Armory at the natural. Siege tank is out. Some really well-placed mines. He's assuming that Sins wants to expand there as opposed to there, which is fair enough. This is a better base. We have the support bay coming up. Oh, tries to run by with speed, but that is a great block by Sins. I kind of like that straight line down he had. That blocked perfectly the Vultures trying to run up and by, but also if a push came, he's already spread to attack from high ground. Really like that unit formation there from Sins. Oh, he canceled the eBay. That is a highly technical move. So he cancels the eBay, which means he'll go into a Goliath-based defense. He'll actually start Goliath range really, really soon here. But yeah, he'll go into a Goliath-based defense. Now, the reason he would have canceled that is because he saw the Observer. Now, a lot of people won't cancel the eBay, but they'll skip missile turrets if they see the Observer. Because either way, like, you can cancel the eBay here and lose 25% of the time, of the cost, right? But you are going to remake it as you take a third base. Like that, it's as simple as that. You need a couple turrets up here. You might not need a turret here on this particular map, on these particular spawns. But you'll need some missile turrets to help out the Goliaths. Because Goliaths do a great job, but they can't be everywhere. So what you generally do is zone out the very fringes of your base with missile turrets and utilize the Goliaths with range for everything else. So just pointing that out, that's like a high-level optimization from Light. But I disagree with it. I would never suggest someone cancel the eBay. Just don't make the turrets. Because then you got to lose the mining time of making the eBay again, too. Your guy was already making the eBay for 30 seconds. Now he's going to have to go for another 38 seconds. How much minerals are we losing there? But it's more about the minerals in the exact moment. Okay, let me stop zooming way out and going on too many tangents. I'm just excited right now. Additional gateways on the way. Reaver's coming out. The shuttle speed, it looks like Sins is waiting for before making his first dive. You can see a nice spread here of the Goliath. Some well-placed mines as well. Very well-defended front. You can never really hit into this. Couple speed vultures going to slip out. Oh. I did see this on the production tab. But we have a starport with a dropship. Now, this is a very sneaky dropship, and this is a sneaky science facility, which you don't see very often. That's a very rare thing to sneak. Second armory coming up, so he's going to want to not let anything in here to see. Any observer fly in and see a second armory, because that'll tell you about the science facility. But this is incredibly rare to see a build like this. If this turns into 7 fact, 2-1... I'll have a lot to say. If I ever don't. But 2 vultures sneaking in here and getting some really reasonable damage. That is some good probe killing right there. 56 to 54 workers. Sins kind of low on gateways, but has his third base up. I think we'll see a good gateway add amount now. Scans to get rid of this observer. Will he get it? No, he does not. It's actually a good time to send the observer in, I think. When it takes damage like that, it's like, well, is he going to scan again? How many scans does he have, really? Okay, now here comes the Reaver. Speed is done. It was a well-placed mine, kind of slowed it down. Well-placed siege tanks. Forces the Reaver out. Fourth Nexus. What? A fourth Nexus off of 5 gates. Not common. Second Robo. Wow. Very technical play from Sins. Very technical play. Now, Light over here, he's got +2 on the way, but he hasn't started the +1 armor. You should really, really start it. It does take longer for this, so sometimes you stifle starting it, but this is actually getting late. There's that eBay I was talking about. The drop-off has occurred now. Not too much done. Little bit of damage there. Little bit of lost mine time as well. Just sits this dropship over to the side. Okay, so right now this is going up to 6 factory, and it's definitely supposed to be a 2-1 build, even though the +1 armor is a little bit late. So many years ago, like 2019, I want to say, there was a 7 factory 2-1 build where you'd push out with like 140 supply, and there it is, the 7th factory. I am shocked to be seeing this. Well, he has a command center come up. Okay. It's a little bit different than what I was describing. So 7 factory 2-1. Yeah, it was like a really strong build for a few months. Like everyone was doing it, and then it just kind of rotated out because Protoss just got kind of good at stomping it, and it was pretty all in. Now, this is a little bit different. This is Light sneaking the fact that he's playing like a slower upgrade Terran. Well, hold on. We have the double Reaver drop coming up, so really not doing well. That Siege Tank was super well placed, I tell you. Only 1 Reaver left over. Third base is up and mining. Okay, but like the Reaver is trying to deal some more damage. Okay, he's going to be able to clear that now. Okay, so not the greatest Reaver. Okay, but I do want to talk about this a little bit because this is very, very different. I've seen this just a tiny bit. I've used this just a tiny bit where you go like, you get your 2-1 started. So, okay, so here's the thing. Like, in old meta, you'd take fast thirds with 2-1. And then Protoss has got very good with shuttles and breaking positions. And that turned us into like the weird 5-fact meta for a long time. And then we're in some sort of in-between meta, which is why we've seen carriers popping back out sometimes, where Terran is getting like a middle amount of factories, 4 to 5 into a third base. But third bases have been speeding up. Right now, third bases are made around 9 minutes, between 8 minutes, 30 seconds and 9 minutes, 30 seconds in most games. The latest you can get a third is 12 minutes and still be okay in a regular game. And this was like 11 minutes, 30 seconds. So like Light really pushed forward his upgrades, got a lot of factories with it, and took about the latest base you can get, but now has very good upgrades. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Really reasonable workers, really reasonable supply, and fantastic upgrades. Well, it would be a little bit better if he had started +1 armor on time, but that is about to finish. The thing is, a push like this is going to be a little bit weaker to Psystorm, I think, right? His economy is not gigantic. He's on 58 workers, and the third base was a little bit slow. So it's not like he's worked up a bank or anything. How many facts? 4, 8. Okay, so he's up to 8 factories. It's a very strong army for right now. But, like, I don't know. Is he going to rally up and slow push from here? This is actually great positioning. Look at these mines. Look at these mines. A missile turret. He's building missile turrets in the center. He's spread in such a way this is very hard to engage. And now he's pulling back. Or is he just rotating over to this side? Like, this is a great setup. You know, you're going to see if Protoss is trying to run around for the most part here. I am fascinated that Light is doing this build. This is a funny base to take, by the way. Taking this base makes Light's decisions even better. All right, so in come the 4 shuttles. He's trying to target them down, and 2 of them end up dying, but I think he got most of it out, and you can see the Psystorm doing a fantastic job against this. This spread of siege tanks having a little bit of a hard time. Lots of Dragoons left, lots of Psystorm back. I actually think he should pull back here. This is getting super wasteful. He lost like an additional several goons and a bunch of High Templars here. The initial breaking of the push was fantastic, and I think if you pull back there and just make a couple rounds, then go again, you're going to be in good shape. But you can see, like, look, light supply has definitely dropped off a bit. Still keeping up pretty well, though, honestly. SCV might be getting ready to expand down there. His 4th base in this position. You know, I really think this was a mistake from Sins to expand here. He really should have expanded here. Because expanding here tells Light, absolutely expand here, send all your units here, and then you can kill this and push the natural. I've talked about it, almost talked about it too much because we get so many Dominator games. But realistically, if Terran is expanding in this direction, they kind of have to attack in that direction as well. Okay, another attack comes in. Some storms going down. These tanks behind the wall doing a fantastic job. Look at the spread. I was actually talking in theory on my stream recently about how polypoid you should do this. This is like the new setup. That's funny because we're seeing it here. Where he's like going beyond, like previously people would be like, use the high ground, but it's too clumped up. You need it wider than that. Love it. Absolutely love it. Siege Shanks going up to this 5th base location. Gonna go ahead and siege, ooh, just outside of cannon range. And that is going to be really annoying. He does not even have probes there. That's going to be knocked out pretty easily. Sins getting into a tough position. He sees what's going on down here. He's got a lot of gateways. A lot of speed shuttles can be coming out as well. Popping out quite a few observers at the moment. Yeah, I think this was one of the biggest mistakes here. Because if he expands here, and then this push starts coming, and then he expands here, and just kind of goes down this side, he really stretches what Light is able to do from the position he's in. But instead, he kind of played towards getting Light the easy 4 base. This is the easy 4 base for Terran, but only if you're allowed to put all your units here. Right? Like, you kind of just make this gross to attack 2 mines here, turret, whatever, some siege shanks. And you just put all your units to the north. Oh my god, he didn't get one Psy Storm off. Oh, brutal. Just brutal. Light definitely in a dominating position after defending all that very, very easily. Maybe if we had gotten some good Psy Storms off there, it would have been a more playable spot. But doesn't get a cancel on this either. Doesn't get rid of the, you know, the science facility or the starport. 3-2 upgrades are done for Light. This central area kind of slowing Sins down. It looks like Sins now is paying more attention to the left side, clearing some of the mines that were in this area. This is a great area for mines, and this is a great area for mines for Light, just kind of slowing him down. Like, if you know your opponent is in this general vicinity, it's really easy as Terran to play like this, right? Like, Protoss is inside of the net of Light. If we, I'm zoomed as much as possible, but look at this. Look, watch my mouse here. Or even the mini-map. Look at the mini-map here. This is like an almost unbroken line. Only right here is... But this is mostly impassable terrain. So, like, there's no way for Protoss to get past. Light knows where everything is. Really, really strong for Terran here. Great EMP onto those High Templars. Not going to be nearly as many storms. And this has got to be game. This is going to be an absolute smashing. GG. You know, I think Sins was actually playing well. It was interesting to see Light do this strategy, and I'm going to have to think about this a little bit because, like, okay, so if carrier meta's coming back, this was one of the builds, this 7 Factory 2-1, which absolutely crushed it, right? Like, it was used in several situations, but that's, like, one of the builds that it really crushed. So that could be part of it. Like, maybe he's been seeing more carriers, and he wants to do a build that's safe against that. This is a very safe build, but it's scary against someone kind of being a little bit greedy. But if they're too greedy, you can hit a timing push with it, okay? But very interesting to see. I do think Sins made a huge error expanding here. He should have expanded down the left side. That's how the map it should really be played, if you ask me. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and we will see you.